This is my code base for the first project as well as the live server of it. And so here's the index.html, which contains all of the HTML for this first page here, with the prompt and title, as well as the image that's displayed on the right of the controller. And then up here we've got the header, so that I can click here and go into the shop, or I can click on this and come back. And then I've got the shop, which includes the header as well, so that I can get back to the main home page whenever I want to. And then it's got the platforms, so it's got the title, and then it shows each of the products, so all PC, Xbox, and PlayStation exclusives, and then you can sort by whichever one you're looking for. And in the code, I've got all of the pictures for everything you see listed out in the shop, as well as the controller from the main page. And then here's the shop JavaScript file, which sorts out or lists out everything by its ID, the image for it in the media folder, the price that you give it, and what platform it's going to be on. And then you can sort it out and filter it so that when I click on PC, everything with the PC tag, platform tag, will appear, and it'll hide all of the other games from other platforms. Then I can also, and then I've got a function down here to listen for clicks, so that whenever you click on each one, it'll update, and based on the platform that you click on, or you click on all, and it says anything's available. And then I've got my style sheets, which I've got everything for the main screen in here. So whenever you go to hover over the navigation bar, either on shop or Grand Games, and all of the styling for the content, the image, for resizing the window is in here. And then in the shop CSS, I've got all of the styling to display everything that appears in the shop, from the platforms, as well as all of the products and their images, which also resizes based on the size of the window. And then going into the shop.js, all the logic down here to actually display all of the items that are located here in the shop was one of the bigger challenges for me, as it was only displaying one item, or it wouldn't sort, or getting everything to work nice and cleanly was a big challenge in getting this to work. And something I want to do to improve it even further when I go to work on it is I want to make it so that you're able to click on each of the games, and that'll open a cart, or it'll open another screen where you can see maybe a brief description about the game, as well as what stores you could buy it from, or maybe you could add it to a cart and you could see see a total of all the games that you are looking to buy, or maybe add a wish list so you can keep track of all the games that interest you. This is my code base for project 2. So first I have app.js, which is just displaying this navigator, which we set up in Drawer. and that is calling the first screen here that we set up. And it's going to be the review screen, which is the home screen as well. And this routes folder is used for all the navigation. So there's the about and home, which are both used as a way of going to and from each with a drawer button in the top left corner of the app, so that you can either go back to the home page or the about page whenever you'd like, and then it'll display the title right at the top of the page so you know what page you're on at all times. And in the stack, it does the same thing. It's got it displays the about page, and then later in the screens it'll have a description about the application. So in screens, in the home.js file, we set up a couple of pre-existing reviews for Star Wars, Iron Man, and The Social Network, and then these are all going to display right on that main page. And then when you go to click on it, you'll be able to see the score and the short description of each. And then later on down here, we can see that we create a flat list so that everything can be seen, and more as we add more reviews, it'll just stack. They'll keep being pushed down the screen, and the newest one will be right on top. And then in the form data, you can see what all gets displayed, and it's just getting when you go to click on each of the reviews, it's getting the title, the body, and then a score, and then we're displaying the score in a little bit of a separate area on the same screen. And then in about, it's just a title about the app, and then a short description to what it's about. And then in the review page, we have it set up so that there's these placeholders in each of the input fields, the text input fields, for when you go to place a title, short description, and then what you want to rate the movie out of 10. And then there's a button at the very bottom that just says submit. And then once you hit submit, all of that data that gets put in into the form is going to be displayed on that main page, the home page, which shows all of your other reviews. And then in shared and styles, there's some styling folders or files, and inside both these card, header, and global files have all been replaced. I was using those until I was able to get CSS modules working in the project, and once I did, everything has been moved over to CSS for styling everything, and then that's all called in screens. And then that's going to style everything in the app. One of the biggest problems I faced in this development process was getting CSS to work and installed, because it required extra commands in the Babel file and required a Metro file to just get CSS into it and to work with React Native, instead of just being able to make the CSS file and style everything accordingly. And then for the future scope, I would like to make it so that it is able to save all of the data, whether it's hooking it up to another database or just maybe writing to a file that it will pull from. but at the moment, as soon as you restart the application, all of the data you've submitted, it just gets erased. My application for the Phase 2 project is a review-based application for movies and TV shows. And so when you open it up here, you can see on the main screen that you can instantly see your reviews, and you can see some pre-existing ones that were loaded in, and you can click on each one, and you can see the title, a description, and a rating out of 10. You can also click on the plus to add more, so I'll add Interstellar here. And then you can click on the submit button to submit it, and it adds it to the list. You can also close out of this app window if you need to go back or cancel the input. And then here's the navigation drawer, and you can go to the About page, which also has the drawer, and you can go back to the main page.